The argument all season has been what's the best conference in college basketball, the Big East or the Big 12? Well, the Big East did something this past weekend that has never happened before in college basketball, and it's a pretty good bet that it won't ever again. They had 4 teams ranked in the top 10, and in a 4-day span, all 4 of them lost. Number 5, West Virginia lost to Pitt in triple overtime on Friday night. On Sunday, number 2, Syracuse lost to Louisville. Number 7, Georgetown lost to Rutgers. And on Monday night, number 3, Villanova lost to Connecticut. It shows the depth of the Big East. Connecticut kind of rose from the dead like a horror movie. Everybody had them buried, that it was over, UConn was done. Well, when you're in a power conference, you're never really done, because now the Huskies have wins over number 1 Texas, number 3 Villanova when they beat them. They still have 5 conference games left. If they can get on a run, all of a sudden they're up to 18, 19 wins. The Big East tournament's laying there. They can get another quality win out of that, and they're going to be right back in the picture. So when you have teams in power conferences, don't count them out. The Big East is the conference everybody talks about east of the Mississippi because the ACC is down this year, but the Atlantic 10 deserves a lot of notice. They have 6 teams this week ranked in the top 42 of the RPI. Now, all 6 of them aren't going to make the NCAA tournament. You have to figure that probably 4 will. That's still a great haul for a conference that's not considered one of the power conferences. Richmond is in first place. They moved into the top 25 this week for the first time since 1986, and it's only the 3rd time in the history of the school they've been ranked. The other 2 times were in the 1950s. So Richmond's really on a roll. Chris Mooney, the coach down there, is doing a good job. Everybody looks at the big games coming up during the week, and you'll look to see who's coming out of in the Big East this week, the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10. Well, ESPN's Bracket Busters is doing its job this year. They always try to create games that are going to make a difference for the NCAA tournament, teams that can find their way in. There's 2 of them this weekend that are huge for all 4 teams involved. On Friday night, Old Dominion of the Colonial Athletic Association is at Northern Iowa of the Missouri Valley Conference. On Saturday, Siena of the Metro Atlantic Conference is at Butler of the Horizon League. They go in, ODU and Siena on the road. If they can pick up wins over Northern Iowa, who's at 25 in the RPI, Butler, who's at 15, those will be enormous for those 2 teams. And what it can do for them is it can give them a little breathing room going into their conference tournaments. They don't have to win the conference tournament to get in the NCAA tournament. They have a shot at an at-large bid.